They're like on these like poles.
No.
Past the camera. And it's
comical.
It's honest, but it's serious. That's the thing.
It can't be.
It's
It can't be a serious
like,
film.
Who's that in the trees? And it's dead serious. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, my fellow bromancers. How are we doing?
You said bromances weirdly then.
Let me do it again.
No, I want to keep it in. You went bromances.
Yeah, that's how I wanted to say it.
That's weird.
Bromances, yeah.
Enjoyed it, but it's weird.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Gaz.
And this is
Bromantic. Guys, just welcome to the podcast. We went missing for a while.
We did.
And I want to apologise. I realise this is going to be the episode after the one where we're back. So it's episode 53 now.
This one should be 54.
No. Yes. No. Yes. This is episode 54. So essentially, when we did a year's episode, we marvelled at the fact that we not missed an episode. Got really happy about it and missed 2 weeks.
And we partied for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's what we did. We went out partying, celebrating the 1 year anniversary.
When you become a member of Bromantic, we don't do things by halves here. This is an all or nothing, all in situation. Yeah, welcome back. We got more of the same. So if you didn't like what was before, you're probably not going to like this one.
But if you loved it,
you're going to fucking love it.
Saucy Minx, you're in for a treat.
Saucy Minx.
Saucy Minx is one of my favourite things. Like, you know, when you hear people say, well, you saucy Minx.
It's just a bit odd. I feel like you're a pervert as soon as you say it.
No, yeah, that's what I like about it, though. I don't like it if it's said in a genuine, you saucy Minx. Then I'm not keen.
You say that in the bedroom?
Yeah, no.
You saucy Minx.
That's what I mean. But I like it like say if you did something casually, but it was quite cool. And I was like, oh, you saucy Minx.
I'd enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be there for it. Guys, if you're watching and you're not already, why are you not subscribed? It hurts my feelings when you're not subscribed. It hurts Ryan's feelings. I know Ryan thinks about it at night time when he goes to bed.
Keeps me up.
So just get on there, press the subscribe button, because otherwise we might have to track you down and just draw blood from you in a way that you probably won't enjoy. Also, if you look at this little link that's just popped up from below, there's a Ko-fi. And on that Ko-fi, you can donate a little bit of money to the podcast to help us help you enjoy the podcast.
That'd be great. We have hit our target, by the way.
We hit our target for the background. Yeah, that'll be coming soon. We're going to go through it. We're going to find some bits. We're going to get it up. So I appreciate everyone who donated to that. We've got a new target for another couple of cameras. That's a bit of a big target, so we don't expect to get that anytime soon. Nope. Unless you... Where's that rich person that's watching?
Yeah, not you, Rich. A rich person.
Rich, if you're rich, we don't mind. Don't rule yourself out.
If you mean,
but it doesn't have to be you.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be, but it could be. Think about it.
So yeah, hopefully we're going to be moving the set in the next week or so to another room.
It's maybe the last time you see it like this.
Yeah, we could be completely different. We'll be back on the sofas. I think I enjoyed the sofas more.
They're more comfortable.
I feel like I feel more chilled and talking as well.
I prefer this setup for like the professionalism of it.
For the lives. It's a good live setup.
I quite like it for the poddy as well.
Yeah?
I like watching it more like this.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But for me, in my terms of comfort.
Yeah, I much prefer the sofas, I must say.
Fair enough. Even for your viewing pleasure as well. Fair enough.
Because my viewing pleasure
what do you think?
You let us know. Sofas or here. Not that your opinion matters to us in any way, but...
So far, we've done just fine on our own.
And on that note, here's some dad jokes. I saw a radio on sale for $1 the other day. She said the volume's stuck on full. I thought to myself, can't turn that down.
That's good. A man was admitted to the hospital today with 25 plastic toy horses inserted in his rectum. Thankfully, he's stable.
In every koi pond, there's always a fake. It's coys A, B, and C. Then there's the decoy.
Why did I get that?
I thought you got that immediately.
I didn't. No, I
You got it
didn't.
immediately.
My friend Jack claims he can communicate with vegetables. And I've heard him. Jack and the Beans talk. Oh,
God.
God.
That was bad.
That was. But I think it was a
Yeah,
good bad.
it was good bad, yeah. We recently discovered that Grandad was addicted to Viagra. Nobody took it harder than Grandma.
My daughter was upset that she didn't know the opposite of Armageddon. I said, don't worry. It's not the end of the world.
What I was in my head, I was going Legageddon, Legodon. What's a Legodon?
Reverse Armageddon.
Yeah. What is a Legodon?
It's a sort of dinosaur.
Did you know that humans eat more bananas than monkeys? Completely true. When's the last time you ate a monkey?
I hate wordy ones like that because I never get them. Yeah. Jeannie, what's your first wish? Steve, I wish I was rich. Jeannie, all right, Rich, what's your second wish?
And just for clarification, we all wish we were rich.
Yes.
Why are chickens so funny? Because...
Oh, God's sake.
Told you.
My 6-year-old daughter just lined up all of her dolls towards the grill. I said, what's going on? She said, it's a barbecue.
Oh, God. How do you know when it's cold outside? When you go outside, it's cold.
Right.
Straight to the point,
Yeah.
that was.
How do you know it's hot outside? That's not my joke. Went to the doctor with a suspicious-looking mole. He said, yeah, they all look like that. She'll leave them in the garden.
That was good, I
Yeah.
like that. When I was younger, I had 2 kidneys. Now, I have 2 adult knees.
Enjoy that one. I've got a colourblind friend who insists that all apples are yellow. I said, no, that's bananas.
God. Hi. If I had a pet newt, I would name it Tiny. Because it would be minute.
No. Oh, my God. I recently opened a company selling trampolines disguised as prayer mats. Now profits are going through the roof.
Oh, God. That's good. That was good.
Yeah.
I used to date a homeless girl. It was great. Just drop her off anywhere.
I recently went skydiving for the first time. This guy strapped himself to me, we jumped out the plane, and as we plummeted, he said, so, how long have you been an instructor?
That's good. That's a good one. After the homeless girl, I dated a Japanese girl. But she was really in denial when we broke up. I had to drop the bomb twice.
Okay. Okay. It's not the dark jokes thing. The person who invented the Ferris wheel never met the person who invented the merry-go-round. They travelled in different circles.
Oh, God. After the Japanese girl, I dated a cross-eyed girl. But we also broke up. Turns out she was seeing someone else. Oh, God.
That was cleaner at least, that one. Jesus.
And she had AIDS.
Okay.
I'm introverted.
No. I try to say mucho when I'm around my Hispanic friends. I know it means a lot to them. Just slightly off topic. I've got some science-based jokes. They're not really dad jokes, but they are dad
Fire them
jokes.
at me. I'm ready. I'm out of dad jokes, so this is going to be a one-way.
Yeah, I feel like that suits the tone of my scientific realm of things as well.
Yeah, just because you're not smart.
No,
Got it, buddy.
That's not what I said. Mary Curie is my favourite scientist of all time. She was absolutely radiant. She's not funny, I just didn't get it.
I understand.
Just didn't like it.
Dumb, aren't they? She invented radiation.
She didn't invent it, she discovered it.
Invented it.
Discovered it.
With nuclear bombs.
She had nothing to do with the nuclear bomb. Scientists got so bored of watching the Earth spin that after 24 hours, they called it a day.
Fair.
Yesterday, scientists discovered a species of lizard whose sperm is invisible. They never saw it coming.
Oh, God.
Scientists have finally managed to grow human vocal cords in the test tube. The results speak for themselves.
Oh.
That's it.
God.
I don't think we needed any more than that.
That last one was good. That last one I liked. The Mary Curie one.
You didn't get a feeling for that one, did you?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't really up my alley. If anyone knows who Mary is, that just let me know.
Yeah,
be fantastic. And an official hello to all the brand new listeners who are switching off now.
Is that a joke section? Oh yeah, God,
yeah. Really enjoy the joke section. I had a full-blown discussion with someone. When I say discussion, I was just calling them out. And someone who told me that they watched our podcast. And he essentially has watched our TikTok lives and was like, yeah, I've seen your podcast. I comment all the time. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, you've not seen them at all. I was like, I bet you can't tell me one thing. So what episode have you watched? He was like, I don't know. I just see them all the time on TikTok. I'm like, so you've seen our, so you've seen our shorts and reels? He said, no, the podcast. I was like,
can you make this a short / reel so they know
that it was unacceptable
behaviour? Out on the poddy.
Yeah.
Have they watched any of the poddies since?
Probably not. They're my friends, so probably not.
No, they're your friends.
They won't support me. You're mental. Friends and family don't care.
Can I know who this is?
No.
Why?
Because you won't know them. It's irrelevant.
Oh, you literally...
Yeah, you won't know.
Fair dues. So, I know we like to promote and sometimes do a little movie talk.
Films.
I've got a film for you that I'm desperate for you to watch, but not because of how good it is.
Oh, Jesus.
Because of how bad it is.
Oh, God.
Now,
Okay.
I'm going to just quickly get the filmography up.
Yeah.
Because when I tell you some of the actors that are in it, you're going to be like,
this is going to be banging.
How bad can this film actually be? But when I tell you this film is the worst film you will ever watch.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's... I can't even... So I told my entire family, to watch it. And they've all been like...
What I'd like you to do is, without saying the name of it, I want you to describe the film.
God, I tell you what. It's the lowest Rotten Tomatoes score I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
It's got 4% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's how bad this movie is.
The problem is now, if you say it and I've watched it and I'm like, I really like that movie.
You won't.
Okay.
I can guarantee that anybody who watches this will be like,
that bad.
This is awful.
Okay, right. Tell me the plot.
Now, what I want you to... Right, it's kind of setting like Robin Hood times, but what I want you to imagine...
Oh, I'm getting into it. I'm here.
Is imagine somebody's been like, right, we're going to make the next Lord of the Rings movie. We've only got 50 quid. All right? You'll have to bring your own costumes.
Yep.
Yeah. To make you look like an orc, we'll just paint you black. All right, we'll just put some colour on you. What can the main character use as a weapon? Sword. Now, sword's overdone. Axe? Nah, it's overdone. Boomerang. That's it. That should be the main character's weapon. Who should we get to be the main character, you say? Who should we get? Jason Statham.
Fuck off.
Yeah. He'll take some of that budget out, won't he? Who shall he play as? This is Robin Hood times. It should probably be... Nope. You've got Jason Statham in Robin Hood times as Jason Statham. They've not tried to make him more...
Is it purposely bad?
His name is Farmer. They don't even name him. His name is Farmer. Farmer. Right? Jason Statham. Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds is in it. Ray Liotta. Ron Perlman. All these big actors in it. Shit. Awful. I don't know how they got away with making this movie. Right? And when I tell you it's bad, please watch it up until the point that the forest.
I'll watch the whole thing.
Right, please do, because...
Do you want me to let you know what happens?
Well, I've seen it.
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd only watched up to when
No, what I'm saying is because people will turn it off. There's getting through this will be tough. Please just get to the forest people. That's all I ask. I'm
going to have to see a screenshot of it. What's it on? What do you watch it on?
Prime.
On Prime?
So, it's got 4.5 stars on Prime. You can tell people it's just 5 stars. You can tell. Like, people just can't give that 5 stars. Like, it's so bad that people... Like I say, it's got 4% on Rotten Tomatoes. That should let you know everything you need to know about this movie. I've never seen a score that low.
I can't believe Jason Statham is in it.
Yeah, I know.
Is it called Beekeeper?
I just told you it's called In the Name of the King. I didn't say what it's called, did I? It's called In the Name of the King. In the Name of the King. Do you know what's even worse?
Are you sure Jason Statham's in it? I'm just going to... Because it doesn't have it on his...
Yeah, because he probably took it off. Do you know what the most incredible thing is about this movie as well? There is an In the Name of the King 2. You know what's more incredible than that? There is an In the Name of the King 3. How? They made 3 movies of this.
How is this a thing?
You know how much I hated Rebel Moon 2 because of its acting thing? Yeah. This is comically bad. Like, you can't... It's like a car crash.
But this is the thing, because obviously they do certain movies that are purposely terrible.
No, it's not. It's not purposely... I just need you to watch it. This is serious.
Oh, no.
The acting is serious. There's a bit where Ron Perlman is going down a zip wire, right. And it just zooms on in his face, and he goes, bah! And when you're like, he's not on the zip wire there. You can tell. Like, it's just awful. I can't...
I think the best description you've given was, we're going to remake Lord of the Rings. We've only got 50 quid.
Bro. And when you watch it, you'll be like, that's accurate.
I'm gonna put it on probably tomorrow.
Also, they've given everyone British accents, but none of the big actors have got British accents. Like, Ron Perlman is completely American. You're like, none of this follows suit. Like,
what was it? The editor was just like, fuck it. It's got Jason Statham. Be fine.
God, it's honestly, if that director ever directed another movie...
Well, he did. Number 2 and 3.
Yeah, God, I mean, I can't believe they made 2 and 3.
Is it the same actors in 2 and 3?
No, I've not even researched it. Number 1 is bad enough to keep me going forever.
Actually, 2 and 3 are banging. Like, the director watched 1 and went, I can correct this. That's why he made 2 and 3. He made 2 as a correction.
Someone gave him 60 quid. No, go on.
So he saw 1, realised how bad it was, and like, I'll learn from my mistakes. Made 2, and it was such a good movie, they asked for a 3. That's probably what's happened.
Do you reckon you could put a small clip of it without get copyright?
Probably copyrighted, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Also, how fucking good do you think I am at this shit?
I think you do just
there's a clip of a Hollywood blockbuster.
Whoa! Hold on.
On Prime.
No.
There's no
Hollywood blockbuster here. I really hope that everybody watching this seriously goes and watches it and then comments under this video what they thought. Because
bad.
It's so comically good and bad. Like, I just need people to watch it.
I quite enjoy a comically terrible movie. So
yeah.
What was your favourite part?
The forest people.
The forest people are your favourite part? Okay.
When that happened, I was like, no.
Do you know what's the forest people bit?
So they're like, we'll go for this forest, and there's forest people, right? And they've clearly like put a camera on the floor and just got people dressed as like to jump over the camera, and it's dire. It's honestly, you watch it like this. Right. And then they're like on these like poles.
No.
Past the camera. And it's
comical.
It's honest, but it's serious. That's the thing.
It can't be.
It
can't be a serious film.
Who's that in the trees? And it's dead serious. I'm not. I'm giving you no. You've got to watch it. You've got to watch it. I'm desperate to hear what you think.
Can we just one more time? The forest people on the poles.
Yeah, just that past they go. Past they go. But it's, you know what I mean? Like, they're on the ground and they're like,
Jesus.
dead serious. No one's laughing.
Guys, careful.
Yeah.
I can hear something.
I'm not kidding. That's what happens.
I'm gonna watch it and I will let you know. What? You can get a text message. What the fuck is this?
Honestly, the thing is though, like I got my brother, his other half, and my mum. They watched it the other night,
right? And
they even messaged me. You still didn't make it sound as bad as it is.
No.
Yeah, they were like, it's the worst production. They couldn't even get through it. They turned it off. They got to the forest people.
Oh God.
And we're like, this is.
All right, I will 100%, 100% give that a watch. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go home tomorrow night and I'm going to be like, Ryan's told me a really good movie to watch.
Yeah.
To Jade.
Yeah.
And I'll put it on. I'll be like, it's apparently meant to be like one of the best movies I've seen. Yeah. Like Scott, yeah. Like he loves Jason Statham, so he'd probably like, you know. But it's apparently meant to be a really good film. Put it on and see what she says.
She's like, what the fuck is
Bearing in mind, she liked Rebel Moon too. So she might like it. She might be 4%.
Yeah, maybe. I can't, honestly. Anyway, that's my recommendation, but also non-recommendation of the week.
Excellent.
Yeah, you must watch it, but for all the wrong reasons.
My week last week, I've been wanting to tell you something, Ryan, and I think I did tell you, but I didn't explain the full. Oh no, you did, because I saw you. So this week, my son's school have given him a teddy bear to take home. So every weekend, if you have kids, you probably know about this already. But if you don't, schools these days have a class teddy bear, which each weekend a different child takes home, and you have to document what you've done with the class teddy bear over the weekend, and then on the Monday they can show the class. Number one, the fuck am I doing homework for when I don't go to school? You know my 5-year-old son is not writing that. I looked through the book. There's no way any other 5-year-olds have printed pictures out, cut them out, put borders on them and stuck them on paper and then perfectly handwritten next to them what they did throughout the weekend. Bullshit.
Do you not think they thought it might be a fun activity?
I don't care. What bullshit?
So you think they were like, this will be a fun activity for father and son, mother and daughter, whatever?
No. I thought they went, I'm just want to see what parents are doing at home.
Maybe they do.
Why don't they get the kid to come in and tell everyone?
Like a show and tell.
Why do I have to write in a book?
A kid doing a presentation would be a good thing.
Now, it's quite lucky that we're quite an active family in terms of like the weekends, because I'm off work and Jade's off and the family are together. We just do stuff together on weekends. I would be fuming if that was my weekend off and I'd like worked really hard and I was like, babe, do you know what, this weekend I just want to relax. I just want to chill for the weekend. Like we'll have like a movie night indoors. We'll relax and all that lot. We'll sleep in late. Luckily, it was a weekend we had booked to go to the zoo.
Yes.
Which is another conversation we'll have because the zoo was banging. So that's quite lucky. And on the Friday, we'd planned to go. We were going to the park anyway. He brought the teddy bear out, and obviously he spoke to you. You came to the park, and we all went to the park together. So it turned out it was a very active weekend. But I can just imagine if my weekend had been planned to be a chill weekend and I got that, there's no fucking way I can then go, yeah, we just relaxed indoors all weekend. Because it is no fuck all. It's almost a competition between parents.
I was going to say, that's the only thing I think I feel like I dislike about it is I feel like where every parent they're looking for, they're going, oh God, look what they did.
Yeah, 100% people have done that. There are a couple of parents who I rate, so I think the idea is you do it on a different piece of paper and stick it in the book because all the pages are brown.
All right. Like,
it's just like a brown book and you like meant to stick the page on and photos around it and all that lot. Some parents, mate, just couldn't give two fucks. Honestly, I've just been like, yeah, we went around his mum's. Yeah, great. Nan came round, watched a film.
I feel like I'm not sure what parent I'd be. I don't know if I'd be a right on the brown paper parent. I'd be like, no, that we have to make it look somewhat presentable. Because I don't really care what other parents think. So I'd be a bit like...
I agree. I couldn't care less. However, Ryan, personally, I was the opposite. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't do the whole. I refused to do like the cutting borders and making it nice. I just did it on the computer. I don't know why no one else has done that. I just did it on a computer, printed it out, and cut it out, and stuck it on the thing. But I did take a lot of pictures in order to make it nice and all that lot.
Anyway, so.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just annoying that I had to concentrate on that throughout the day. At the zoo, we'll move on to Zoo Day. Zoo Day was amazing. We managed to randomly go up to Portland. We couldn't get a ticket for the safari.
That's a real shame because that's really good.
But we went all around. It was a very hot day, so a lot of the animals were just either laying out in the sun or just in the shade.
I rate that though.
Yeah, I mean, it was just they weren't doing a lot. Do you know what I mean?
It means they're out.
Yeah, look, some were,
and they're not out.
Yeah, some were like the gorillas and stuff were not. They were just in the shade. They didn't want to come out of their thing, the shade.
Oh, that's really weird. I mean, you live in a hot place normally.
It's shady.
Yeah, true.
But contrary to what we should have happened, contrary probably is the wrong word, but against what should have happened, we ended up on the safari because this guy, Mr. Super Duper Persuasive, Mr. Charming, approached one of the riders and essentially just asked really politely if I could go on the safari if there were any spaces. And they went, "You're right." Yeah. This is actually quite standard.
Yeah.
I was like, if no one turns up, can I come in? Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. Family? Yeah, how many? 3. Of course you can, mate. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But no, we did manage to go on the safari, so that was really lovely. But we finished the safari. Everyone was hyped. Everyone was really happy. We left the zoo and realised the teddy bear was no longer with us, which was possibly one of the worst moments of my life.
That is... that's big.
It was emotional. Mm-hmm. It hurt. I felt like I lost a limb. I felt like a member of my family had been left behind.
Wow.
And
what do we do when a member of the family gets left behind?
Dad goes back in.
That's it.
Dad to the rescue.
Mm-hmm.
I stampeded my way through. It was no re-entry, but me. Do you think I got back in?
That charm again?
My charm, my swagger, my pure grit and determination. Mm-hmm. I asked a lady on the door really nicely if I could go in because my son lost his teddy bear, and she went, "Of course you can." Yeah. So thanks, appreciate it. So I went back in. Luckily, I remembered the last time we were playing with it was just before the safari in the playground. So I went down to the playground. It was sitting on a bench on the playground. Dad to the rescue, came out. Champ.
Surprised a bit taking an animal out of the zoo.
I was like, yeah. But yeah, no, it was a lovely day. It was very interesting. Elijah loved it.
That's good.
And then Sunday, we went and watched a certain someone play football.
You did, and we won 1-0, which was very sad that you missed the cup final, which none of you, I don't know.
None of you watched? Is that what you're going to say?
Because we didn't do a poddy.
Oh, no, we didn't. We're going to go back. We have a champion in our midst, guys. Here lies, within this podcast, you may see a lot of talent. You may see people you admire. You might look at us and go, if I could be more like them. But this that you're about to hear now is not only going to increase the parts of you that want to be us, but also the parts of you that want to be with Ryan. For we have a champion. A man who has sacrificed every Sunday to become the top of his game.
So to shorten that down, we had a cup final about a week and a half ago. We were the underdogs. We went 1-0 down in the first half. We clawed it back to 1-1 in the second half. A good battle. Went to penalties and we won 4-3.
Hey!
So we are the champions. We had a lovely celebratory evening as well. I didn't drink. Actually, I said Coke. But
he doesn't drink. He does hard drugs.
Yeah. Forget that. Yeah, no, it was really, really good. Really, really good.
Proud of you.
Yeah, so this was going to be my retirement year as well.
Yeah, that was going to be your retirement game.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But then they were like, Ryan, there's only 4 or 5 games left this season. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll play the 4 or 5 games.
So he's only going to play 4 or 5 games, then he's out. So I made sure I snuck in for one of those last weekend. I was like, we're going to at least come watch him once. First game Elijah's ever watched, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, very cool. I'm very glad that he could be a part of that. Did he watch much? Or
so he got quite impatient. I think because he doesn't really know what's going on. We don't watch football at home and stuff like that. So he was very happy to see you. Waved at you a few times, and obviously you ignored him. Then you did wave at him eventually, so that kept him happy.
Yeah, good.
But then, yeah, I mean, it was a very hot day, and I was
hot.
asking him to sit still on a bench, kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
I think if next time we come, we'll just bring like a football or something we can kick about on the sideline or something like that. Be a bit better prepared because, of course, I don't watch football a lot, so I don't really know how it works. Although it was hilarious on the way up there, trying to persuade Elijah or trying to let Elijah know that it wasn't going to be in a stadium. Because he was like, we can sit down around there. I was like, I don't think it's going to be that kind of thing. It's not in a stadium, Bubs. And he was like, but it's where football pitches are. We're going to play football. And I was like, yeah, but it's not a football stadium.
Come to the cup final, it would have been a stadium. Never mind.
Sorry, mate. I was working.
You were. I'm not actually bitter about that at all. It's more than fair enough.
You are a little bit bitter.
I really, really appreciated you coming down on Sunday. So
yeah, it was good. Enjoyed it. We had an ice cream. We loved it.
Good. Yeah. And you got to watch a win.
We did.
So that's
we did. It was very good.
Goal, but
yeah, we did. We did miss the goal. To be fair, I was shocked to see Bill on the sideline. I didn't realise he was injured.
Oh, right.
So when I rocked up and he was the thing, and I was like, what?
Bill's my younger brother, by the way. But he's the captain. So
Elijah's face when he saw Bill. Because he's just you, but taller.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I was like, this is Uncle Ryan's brother. And he was like, and he said hello to him and all that lot.
Yeah.
I think if he hadn't looked like you, I don't think Elijah would have said hello.
Oh, yeah.
But because he obviously just looks like, I was like, this is Uncle Ryan's brother. And he was like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
And yeah, loved it.
Yeah, no,
it was good. It was a good old weekend. Enjoyed it. But yeah, if you're a school teacher and you've got a school bear,
back to the thing, yeah,
that you fucking send people home with,
you're a piece of shit.
Bitch.
For you. And a bitch.
Yeah. Not like, I don't think you're a piece of shit. You're not a bad person. Just a little bitch.
Yeah.
I dislike you greatly.
Cool. So, do you mind if I move on to...
Good clap. I liked it. That was a good clap.
It was,
I hope that comes out.
it had to be quiet enough that it wouldn't like...
No. That was a powerful. You can tell you're a champion these days, honestly.
Stop. That was just me applauding myself.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've got a little fun fact for you.
Excellent. I'm here for it.
One thing that I found very interesting is about our movement as a singular person. Just if we stood still on the earth for 24 hours, how much we would move. And people probably consider that of the earth rotation, of how much we would move in a singular day. But if you also put into context the earth moving around the sun,
right,
we would move 2.5 million kilometers standing still.
Jeez.
Just on the sheer fact of how fast the earth is moving around the sun.
Okay.
But if you put our solar system in context to the Milky Way as well, and the fact that we are orbiting the center of the Milky Way, we would move 19 million kilometers a day. And that is, we don't even feel it.
Of course.
But why don't we feel it?
Well, when you get a bucket of sand...
Oh, that is not where I expected this to start. So...
Just wait for it.
Yeah, okay.
You're on the beach and you got a bucket of sand. And you swing the bucket round and round. The force that keeps the sand in the bucket is centrifugal force. And basically, as the earth spins, the bucket centrifugal force counteracts the feeling of spinning. And within that atmosphere, gravity assists us in doing what the bucket does not. That's why we don't feel it.
It's using G-force there with centrifugal force. But I appreciate where you've gone with that. But it has everything to do with our atmosphere, which is a word you did use. So
I was right.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for listening.
Yeah. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it right there. But it works the same as when you're sitting in a plane, you don't feel it moving. But by God, if you open a window,
yeah, of course,
you're going to feel that plane are moving.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt your science segment here.
No, please. Sort of segment.
Your science bit. Your science fact. Interrupt your science fact here. Someone did open a plane door while it was moving.
Where? When? How?
On an aeroplane, obviously.
But you weren't involved in this.
No. Yeah. I was on a plane the other day.
The way you said it, I thought it was a
No.
personal experience.
Someone has been locked up. So I always thought that it was impossible because of the pressure to open an aeroplane door while it was moving.
Why do you think they're so big?
I always thought it was impossible. So a man opened an emergency exit door during a flight in South Korea. And there's a video of it, of people basically hanging onto their seats. Christ. I think 8 people went to hospital with like hearing issues or whatever, or ear.
Yeah, I bet.
But all okay. And he got arrested when they landed and faces up to 10 years in prison for violating aviation security law.
Yeah,
So the thing is, as soon as the door opens, the pilot is getting to a reasonable altitude, isn't he? Like, you know, the pilot's not going to be like, doors open, so I guess we're going.
But as soon as the pressure drops in the plane, the oxygen mask drop.
Yeah.
But that couldn't have been
high enough.
For the oxygen.
Maybe.
I
mean, it's possible. I can't imagine they completed an entire journey. No. Obviously, it was a South Korean. It was an internal flight, so it wasn't like a. Yeah, it can't have been so high. And obviously, as soon as the plane door opened, the pilot would have brought it down to a reasonable level. But isn't it mental? Who the fuck would do that on a plane? Like, I know you get little urges and stuff. That's definitely someone acting on that inner voice, isn't it? Open the plane door.
There are not. The problem is, for me these days, there are 8 billion people on the planet. Someone's going to fucking do that.
Yeah, someone's a bit too much of a nut job.
Yeah. It does move perfectly into what we were saying though about the pressure being released, and so not that you can open up the atmosphere, but actually that's a good thing. I don't actually know if you could punch a hole in the atmosphere enough to.
Isn't that what the ozone layer shit's about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know
climate
how
change.
You would like.
Just climate change, I guess.
I saw a fantastic podcast clip the other day of 3 guys sitting there, and they were talking about climate and all that. Just 3 normal lads. These aren't like. One of them talking about energy and stuff like that, and he's saying like, yeah, we should, because of the windmills and that. And one of them goes, "What do you mean about energy? I thought they were for global warming." And he goes, "Yeah, they're for global warming. Obviously, giant fans generate." He's like, "We're the giant fans." And one of them twigs it and he goes, "Bro, you don't think they're fans cooling down the world, do you?" And he was like, "No." You're like, "Whoa, you're stupid." I'm very sorry, by the way, if that's what you think.
If this is your podcast we're talking about.
Yeah. But when you're like, "No."
They thought the fans were giant fans that cooled the earth down.
The earth down, yeah.
Honestly, that's mental.
It's like misinformation, though, because have you obviously been told? No, these are going to help with global warming.
And not told anything else.
See, so. Well, it's put 2 and 2 together. It's a big fan.
Warming. Makes sense.
When he's hot, puts a fan on.
Well, I mean, it works.
Yeah.
I can see the logic. I'm with him.
Can't knock his logic at all.
I'm with him. I agree.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. It's talking sense. Yeah.
Actually, maybe it's all government conspiracy.
This isn't renewable energy.
Well, it fucking doesn't seem like renewable, but the fucking energy prices, Jesus.
No. The other interesting point I'm going to point out as well is everybody wants to have the superpower that they could stop time.
Yes.
If you could actually stop time, you would be surrounded in darkness.
Yes, yeah, because light wouldn't be able to move.
Photons, the sun's light, or any light for that matter, would not be able to reach your eye.
There's a really interesting guy on TikTok who basically breaks down superpowers.
Okay.
So like he's like sitting in a chair and someone comes in and goes, "Oh, I've got the perfect superpower I'd want," and says a superpower. And then he essentially goes, "But with that superpower, you would need this, you would need this, you would need this, you would this, or you'd die." Like stuff like super speed, like you would need to be basically invincible because your skin wouldn't be able to handle the velocity you're moving at, and your skin would rip off, and your bones and your muscles and your joints would break apart and blah. I mean, it just like essentially destroys all thingy. Yeah. It's quite interesting.
Yeah,
quite interesting guy.
I like people who debunk stuff. I love a good debunking.
Good debunk.
Can't deny that. I do love good debunking. But if anyone's got any questions, science questions, anything they want answered of the magic of the world, how rainbows work, why the sky is blue, anything at all that you want to know,
you let us know.
Yeah, and I'll answer it for you.
We'll let you know.
And if you don't ask, I'm going to keep doing this segment anyway. I'm going to keep bringing facts to this table.
I find it interesting.
Yeah.
Although I do like to make fun of you a little bit, I do think it's good.
Another interesting fact for you.
Okay.
Did you know that the moon once had flowing lava on its surface that could be seen from the Earth?
How sure are you about that?
I mean, almost certain, I would say.
How?
How?
Yeah, how?
Because of what's on the surface of the moon. That's how you would know. It's obviously got tracks of flowing lava.
Yeah.
But it was during the time of the dinosaurs, so they got to enjoy that view, not us. So
it's during the time of the dinosaurs.
Yeah, the dinosaurs got to see it.
And they loved it. They loved every minute.
They did, yeah. It was about 200 million years ago, I believe. Did you know that sharks are older than trees as well?
So no, that can't be true.
Sharks were around before trees were.
That cannot be true.
Yes, because life underwater developed before life on land. So there were sharks before there were trees.
How is that a thing?
There's also a shark. I think it's called the Greenland shark. It's older than America. Still alive now.
It looks old as well, doesn't it?
It does. It looks old as balls, that poor shark. I'm not put out of misery.
A list of things for you. These are events from history that will always be funny. Some of them are fairly comical.
Okay.
And I don't mean funny as in you're going to be rolling around, but just like weird. There's weird little bits and pieces. So, did you know that in 1866, when going to war, the Liechtenstein's army of 80 men came back with 81 men after making a friend from the enemy side?
That's cool. I like that.
Gained a soldier.
Yeah. You know, like in games, you get a shaman and he can
convert. Convert. No, we're back, boys. We're back.
Yeah.
I like to think that they lost a few and actually converted more than one.
Yeah,
no, like
that'd be cool.
6.
Yeah.
They lost 5. Came back with 81 still.
I like that. That's good. That is cool. That's better than I thought this was going to be already. So yeah.
Andrew Jackson, whoever that is, if you know that, let us know, taught a parrot how to swear, and it had to be removed from his funeral because it upset the attendees. Now, quick question: why is there a parrot at his funeral?
It's his parrot.
Sorry,
I know you wouldn't have a parrot at yours. But...
Do you pets attend funerals normally?
Yeah, loads.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
That's not a thing. Pets do not attend funerals.
Maybe not yours.
No one. I've never been to a funeral and gone.
I've seen loads of dogs at funerals.
This fucking guy. It's surprising how many people keep pet doves. Weird. But
and then release them when they die. It's really mine is so odd.
Why can't they just do it before they die? That was always their intention. In 1945, Americans were pushing through Germany. General Eisenhower sent General Patton a message instructing him not to take the city of Trier because it would require 4 divisions to seize the city. Patton sent a message back saying, "I've taken Trier with 2 divisions. What do you want me to do? Give it back." How true that is, I don't know.
That's a very American story.
Yeah, it's like...
They said we couldn't do it. We did it with hair.
That's why I was like, the American army pushing through, and someone said it's going to take the whole army, and one guy basically went, "I've done it already." Yeah. So it's very similar to that. What's the pencil thing? The astronauts, where it's like they realised that a normal pen wouldn't work in space, so they spent millions developing a pen that could write in space. The Russians just used a pencil. And it's just the most bullshit thing that I've ever heard.
Do you know why you can't use a pencil?
Because of the graphite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
that's why, absolute bullshit. Ancient Korea had special recording officials whose job it was to record everything, and they were considered separate from the government. So the emperor of the time wasn't allowed to give them orders or tell them not to record something. On one occasion, King Taejong from the 15th century fell off his horse while hunting. The recorder nearby wrote it down. The emperor insisted that it be removed from the record and even tried to have the report destroyed. This led to some nonsense as the emperor kept destroying their work, but the recorders kept copying it and hiding it in increasingly obscure places, and of course recorded the whole thing as it happened. A few hundred years later, the only thing that the emperor is famous for is trying to hide the fact that he fell off his horse. Fantastic.
That's good.
Oh. I think everyone's heard of this. The con man who sold the Eiffel Tower twice and got away with it. How mental is that?
Crazy.
That's mental. When the Persian king Xerxes, you'll enjoy this, punished the sea for ruining his bridge. He tried to build a bridge across the Dardanelles to get to Greece faster, but a storm destroyed the bridge. Infuriated with the sea, Xerxes orders his soldiers to punish it by whipping it with chains 300 times and poking it with red-hot irons. Handcuffs were tossed into the water to symbolize the sea's submission to his authority.
Tell you what, that is people believing in gods. Just
Xerxes was fucking nut job.
Oh, no, yeah.
What do you have to do? Because obviously Xerxes was probably like a powerful guy, but he's obviously got a lot of people around him who are like soldiers and fighters and all that lot. And a group of them must have been like, this geezer's fucking nuts.
No,
like,
it's not. It's not. You got to remember, like, back then, gods were real things.
Yeah.
So, like, they were like, the sea is a god. So if the sea breaks their bridge, they're like, Poseidon, man, what are you doing?
Fucking handcuff him.
Yeah. They're like,
that's mental, though.
Hit his water. That'll get him.
That's insane. The problem is I do that kind of shit now.
Yeah. Also, a lot of drugs. Yeah. A lot of drugs.
I do that shit now if I get frustrated with something. With an inanimate object, I hit it as if it's going to make it. If I'm like, oh, you don't want to work, do you? And I'll fucking hit it. And then I'm like,
you wouldn't order somebody else to hit it.
No.
You would be like, oh,
yeah. Elijah, just get him.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So I get more your point there, but yeah, I do think it's crazy. That's a crazy. I think that's the crazy bit about it.
It's a crazy period of time.
Yeah. I just think the fact that he's got people to do it for him.
Yeah.
Because you can be really annoyed at something. You do it yourself.
Yeah. Like I was just saying, like you just in frustration. Like
that's it. Get our army to whip it. I just think that's the mad thing there.
What would have been hilarious if someone went to fight back as they were doing that. I just thought, what's going on?
Yeah.
One second, guys.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Also, I love the fact that they're like, yeah, it's submitting, yeah. Put some
Tide's
handcuffs in it.
Tide's going out.
Yeah.
We're winning, boys. We're winning.
You better run. Yeah. It'll be back in tomorrow.
Dave the Sea Tamer.
Yeah. I bet someone got an award for that. I bet someone did.
The general.
Yeah.
The general. Because obviously Xerxes didn't just tell all the troops. He told one guy to go and tell everyone. Imagine being that good general.
Guys, you're not going to believe this. We're gonna fight the sea today.
Sorry, sir. You said we're going to fight the sea?
No one's going to die. That's a good thing.
Okay.
But we're not going to kill anyone either.
How are we going to fight the sea? Why?
300 lashings. Because it broke our bridge.
For the sea? But we said the bridge wasn't going to work. We knew this.
Xerxes didn't. He's on a lot of pot. All right? a lot of mushrooms. A lot of pot up there.
Okay. Fine.
Just consider it a day off, all right?
Consider it a day off. Kind of knackered.
We've all got a day at the beach. All right?
Just keep hitting, whenever he looks, keep hitting the water. That's how splashing in the ocean came to be a pastime.
Yeah, that's why men love throwing stones in the sea.
Yeah.
We've all stemmed from that moment.
That's fair.
Tell me the bridge!
I'm going to teach my son about that moment and tell him that we must stone the sea every time we see it.
Funny enough, in the movie 300, they do pay tribute to that moment by the storm and all the boats crash on the shore. That is the tribute to that particular moment, yeah. But they don't show the whipping of the sea.
No.
But
fair. In World War II, Germans built a fake airfield with wooden fake planes as a decoy in Holland. When they finally finished it, the British dropped a wooden bomb on it.
A wooden bomb?
Yeah. So, like, they basically built this airfield to lure people out and all that lot. British knew about it the whole time. So when they finished, they dropped a wooden bomb on it.
Crazy.
Just to take the mick.
I love the old Brits. Right, man. Good sense of humour.
I love that we didn't doubt that fact. We doubted the fact of the American instantly. And as soon as British, we're like, yeah, British knew about it anyway, didn't they? Because we're fucking British, mate.
Come on. We rule 2/3 of the earth.
The existence of the complaints tablet to A. Nasir. Imagine 3,700 years after your death having your name still associated with being a crook. You are the worst copper merchant I've ever heard of, Nasir, but you have heard of me.
Is that where it comes from?
Apparently so, yeah. Potatoes were not very popular as a food in France, so they were seen as fit only for animals. A pharmacist named Parmentier knew they were good food and wanted to popularise them among the working class. So he got a 2-acre farm to grow potatoes and placed armed guards around it. People assumed armed guards meant something very valuable was growing there, so they began to steal the potatoes. And that's how potatoes became popular in France's working class. I doubt that's true. I want it to be true, but I can't see that happening. It's an
elaborate story to not be true.
Yeah, but I just can't see people being like, nah, potatoes are just for animals. Wait, they're garden potatoes. Let's eat them then.
No, but I think you do this thinking of like modern times.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just think back then people just didn't have a fucking clue. Did they? Didn't know what a potato was half of them.
Yeah, that's fair. I often wonder how people ate certain things and were like, that's good. Or how certain things are prepared and they were like, that's the way to prepare that.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Like, for me, back in old times, how they fucking worked out bread. That blows my mind.
How's bread made?
Yeast and flour and shit, innit?
It's got to have been just some shit left together.
But that's what I mean.
But then who ate it?
Yeah. Who was like, yeah, but bake it. Put it there, bake it as well. So, get it hot. Get it really hot for 10 minutes.
There's certain things you can attribute to accidents that are like, you're like, okay, maybe that happened by accident. Bread is not one of those.
No, that's what I mean.
Maybe it was a hot day. So the fits, you've got to mix it quite vigorously. It's not.
Yeah. Got eggs.
Like, yeah.
So much goes into bread. I mean, for anyone who's actually into making bread, we don't know a fucking clue what we're talking about. There's quite a few ingredients that go into it.
You're like, eggs. They're like, eggs is not. I'm pretty sure it's not either.
Maybe it isn't.
I'm sure it's water and flour.
And yeast.
I think that's only to make it rise.
Yeah, but that's chef's soup bread.
Yeah, but you can make it without. So it probably, when it started, probably wasn't.
Well, then who added fucking yeast? It was like this bit of bacteria, yeast.
Probably a scientist of some description.
And they weren't scientists making it hundreds of years ago.
I mean, they're not making like freshly baked loaves.
They were.
No, they weren't. It was like pauper bread. I've called it pauper bread, not knowing that there's a certain type of bread that's just made without the yeast. So just bear with me on that. People would be like, actually, that's naan bread. So what you've just done is be racist for no reason. Like, okay.
Just a pita bread, mate.
Yeah. What's wrong with that, mate? During the Mexican-American War, there was a particular battle. There's a particular battle, it probably is, where both sides had cannons and gunpowder. But due to a logistical fuck-up, only one cannonball between them. No, this is fake. So they spent the entire battle firing the same cannonball back and forth at each other. Can't be. That cannonball was lost in like 2 seconds.
Not only that cannonball will get fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they're pretty solid, but that just hit something hard a couple of times. I ain't being used again.
I have heard this one many a time, but I don't know anything about it, and I'd like to know more. So if you know more, that'd be fantastic. The Emu War.
Oh, yeah.
Australians waged war against a giant flightless bird and somehow lost.
Yeah.
So what is that? What's
essentially back then their guns weren't even strong enough to penetrate an emu.
Right.
And there were so many emus in areas that they didn't want them to be in because obviously they wanted to populate the coast. So they were just sent the military out just to wipe them out. But when they shot them, they just pissed them off really badly. So these emus ended up just fucking attacking the soldiers, and they couldn't kill them. So
they use like swords or knives.
Yeah, but they couldn't. But they're not like they're bulletproof essentially for their old guns. But when they would hack, if they would hit the feathered.
Yeah.
They couldn't cut through with enough ease to like kill them easily.
Jesus Christ!
And the emus are so strong.
That's insane.
They could kill a man.
That's mental.
So, and they were well outnumbered.
Yeah.
There were way more emus, same as there are more kangaroos now than there even are. So
I can't imagine that being like the toughest in the country. We got this, boys.
Yeah. Yeah. We've just got to fight a flightless bird.
Easy.
Don't even fly.
Easy, yeah.
Comes out as a
Imagine the first guy that hit with a bullet. It's a bit like the owl thing. How many emus do you shoot before you're like, there's something wrong here?
Yeah.
This isn't working.
Someone killed this. Well, I'm going to call a retreat here, lads.
Rick, are you missing? No, I've hit every shot.
It's just not going down, and it's coming towards us at quite a rate of knots now.
What is that noise? Just a stampede of emus.
Yeah, well, they just shoot when they go, nah, and they turn around, there's one behind them, they go, shit. Big the bad day for this one, eh? I've got to do a straight action one. God. I've got one that's interesting.
Oh, go on.
So, I know a lot of people out there also quite enjoy the old ancient Roman times. But Londinium, as it used to be called, old London, from the age of around 300 AD to 450 AD, population had a rapid decline at the fall of the Roman Empire.
Right.
To the point where London had pretty much zero population in it. Really? There's a bit of wall around it. And then all the Romans left.
Right.
And nobody would go in there. So it was only when I think it was the Anglo-Saxons started to emerge, destroyed it all, built mud huts again, essentially. Not like beautiful buildings that the Romans had built. All around London, they built like small homes. Like, I don't want to call mud huts a bit insulting to what they built, but not like the beautiful buildings that Romans had built. For a small period of our history in London.
That's mental.
Completely, I mean, I say zero, but you know what I mean? Like,
is there anything to outline what area that was?
What, like Londinium or like?
Yeah, like the city, like like within London, you've got the city of London.
City of London. Yeah, I don't know specifically. Annoyingly, they did have a street sign to show where it was, and I didn't fully take that in. But I took in 90% of the facts, and Gaz asked me the one bit I'm not sure of. Fantastic.
During the heights of the Cold War, somewhere deep in the halls of the CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia, intelligence officers came up with the idea to parachute thousands of XL condoms labelled medium into the Soviets. The idea behind the operation was to undermine the morale of people living in the USSR by implying that the men of the US were superior. That's mental, isn't it? That is mental. Yeah, like proper, like people would be like,
playing on ego. That's all they're doing.
Yeah. Just men just being like, jeez, they've got big dicks.
Yeah.
What? Like, how is that taken?
Worth a shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Worth a shot. Don't know if it worked.
The Kettle War. You know about this? It was the 8th of October, 1784. The Dutch Kingdom and then Holy Roman Empire had a short naval battle, and the only casualty was a kettle full of soup that got hit by a cannonball and was the only shot that was fired.
I didn't know that.
I don't really call that a war, can you?
No, you can't. I mean, for the kettle it was.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice, that was good. I like that.
Guys, appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed everything, I tried to change my voice then so it wasn't so monotone. I hated it.
Guys, if you have enjoyed
if you really loved it, just subscribe.
Guys!
Hit the subscribe button. Donate to the Ko-fi and make it magical. See you next time. See you next time.
Quick game of Hearthstone.
All right, well, let's sign off then. You're like, well, that's good. Thanks, guys. It's just fucking it off. I'm not interested in the rest. He's so keen to play Hearthstone. You're just forgetting that we have to sign off to finish the episode. This isn't the quest. cut to it.